Hey guys, John here. Right, this video is going to be of an artist that I've been into for about 30 years, and I don't listen to it all the time. It's sort of a thing I need if I need to chill out. I'll listen to it, and it's by a guy that's, I love his singing. He's good guitar player as well, acoustic guitar, and yeah, there's lots of these songs that I like. They're spread out over his career. I'm only going to do from his 70s albums up until the late 80s because that's all I've got on vinyl, and I've got loads of his CDs, even the newer stuff. So I'm going to start off. I've got all the albums through from the 70s to the late 80s, so we shouldn't be missing any. And the guy is Crusader, and this is his first album, and this one is from 1975, and it's called Far Beyond These Castle Walls. And that picture there, that is actually his house, or where he grew up, and really cool. It's on A&M Records, and that's 74, it says there, even though that's a 75. So look at that again. It's actually got that record is excellent condition, but it does say 74 there, and the cover says 75. It's quite strange. I think it's what was it? Just double check. No, the album did come out in 74, so maybe the cover's a reprint. The next year maybe they ran out. But yeah, really good album. There's a few songs in there I like. It's just very it's different, definitely different to his 80s stuff. So right, next one is my favourite albums of his, and I've got 3, and it's his second album, and it is Spanish Train and Other Stories. These are all A&M record releases, and this album came out in 1975. I'll just double check that. Positive it's 75. Let's just open one of them up. So there we go. It doesn't say on the outside what year, and this one's got a lyric sleeve. This one's 75, yeah. Got a Spanish Train on there, cool song. Lonely Sky is my favourite on there. This Song for You, A Spaceman Came Travelling, one of the coolest Christmas songs ever. Patricia the Stripper, which is a funny song. I'm Going Home, I'm not really keen on that, and The Painter I'm not really keen on, but the other songs were pretty good at the end. Old Friend, The Tower, and Just Another Poor Boy. So yeah, that's one of my favourites of his, or favourite of the 70s for sure. Now I can't get that back in, so I'll stick that there in a minute. Stick them two down there. Right, then we go on to his third album, which was At the End of a Perfect Day. So this one had some good songs on it that I liked. Broken Wings, Round and Round, I Will, Summer Rain, Discovery, In a Country Churchyard, Perfect Day. Yeah, they were, that came out in 77 on the A&M Records. I only paid £1 for it, bargain, eh? At a charity shop. Unfortunately the inner sleeve's a bit stained, or quite stained. But the record, this is why I picked it up, because the record was actually really, really good. And yeah, really cool. Right, next album, it's got a few good tracks on it, and it is Crusader. This was another one I picked up for £1, and there's the back. Songs be cool on here. I Had the Love in My Eyes, Just in Time, Devil's Eye, Quiet Moments, stuff like that. Just chill out. Just because he plays 6 and 12 string acoustic guitars on here. There's electric on this album as well. This is the slightly more electric than the last couple. Definitely more electric guitars on this. So, but yeah, still really good. And the next one is called Eastern Wind. And I haven't had this record for very long, so I have not actually listened to it, and I must do. But yeah, this was always quite a hard one for me to get hold of, and yeah, this is pretty cool, so I must listen to this. I don't know yet if this is anything like the last album I just showed you, or if it's closer to the 80s stuff, because this came out in, I hope I got this in the right order. Yeah, this is 1980, so I must listen to this and see what it's like. But it's on, look, it's never been played. The vinyl is perfect, you know, it's just, oh God, it's so clean. So I'm going to stick that on. I think that one cost me more at the time. It's £4 second in a charity shop. That was a long time ago since I've had this. So, and when I mean recent, it's probably the last couple of years or so. The next one is very 80s, because it is from that time anyway. But this is more commercial, and it is The Getaway. And you've got like Don't Pay the Ferryman, which is well known. You've got Ship to Shore. Borderline is my favourite song of his. That's just like killer. Love that song. And yeah, I've heard, yeah, Where the Peaceful Waters Flow, The Revolution. Just really good, from 1982. So let's get one of them out and have a look at it quick. So there's the front without the cover on, and it's got blue inner sleeve with lyrics. Sorry, it's a bit stained, so I'm not, and it's probably on A&M. Yeah, it is. And another one, the record doesn't even look like it's been played. Very good. That's what I like to see. Right. Oh, can't even get that one back in. Right, put that there for now. Right, next one is very, very, very 80s. Well, they all are from now on. Are they both sides? Right, Man on the Line. And this has got, what was it? High in Emotion, Much More Than This, which I love. And that's the only two that I like the most on there. But yeah, it is very 80s though. So, and that one came out in, I think it's 83 or 84. It is, so 1984. So some really cool stuff out that in 84. 84 was a good time for music, like 87 was. Right, then I go on to probably his well-known album, and it is Into the Light. I've had loads of these over the years. I've tried to keep the best ones. Very hard to find in really good nick because they're white. They just get stained so easily. And even this one's got issue down here and some stainage up there. But I'll tell you a little story. Everyone knows that my first album that I ever owned was Europe, The Final Countdown. That was actually technically my first album, proper album that I owned. Actually had the sleeve, but the first album I found was this album, but it was on cassette, and it didn't even have the case. It was just the cassette. I found it in a skip. It was soaked. It had been raining that day, and it was completely soaked, and there was water inside it. And I took it home, and I thought, right, I'll stick it in the airing cupboard. So I left it in the airing cupboard for a couple of days, and I took it out. It was dry. I put it in the cassette deck, and it played fine. And I always remember we had this massive big record player, one of them really big wide ones, with the cassette deck, the radio, and the record player that played, even played 78s on it. And it had this massive big plastic lid that you lifted up, and I put the cassette in, put this on. It was this album, and Last Night came on, and I thought, well, that's amazing. Then Fire on the Water, and I was just like, my god, I love that song. Obviously it's got the Lady in Red, which is a bit boring, quite boring, but it was good at the time. Say Goodbye to It All, that was awesome as well. And the other side we got Fatal Hesitation, and yeah, that was just, that was, technically I should say that Crusader Berg's Into the Light is my first ever album I owned, but when you find something that hasn't got the case, and it's not technically the whole albums, you've got to have all the, you can't just have the cassette, it's, so I'd say it would be probably the very first album I owned that wasn't rock, and wasn't complete. So yeah, but it would be cool to have that record player again, and still have that cassette, but no, I no longer have it. So that's that record. And the last one of that time, and it's cool, I love this one, and it is Flying Colours. And this album is got Sailing Away, Tender Hands, Missing You, I'm Not Scared Anymore, was that the one I loved? The Risen Lord, which is absolutely killer song, and The Last Time I Cried, killer, absolutely killer. Listen to them on the live album that Chris did, the Live in Dublin album. That is, I think it's just called High on Emotion, Live in Dublin. I've got it on CD but not LP, and that is just a killer live album, and it just shows how really good. I even watched it on VHS years ago. So yeah, that's another great album, and that came out in 1988, and I think the live one came out around that time, just after that. So yeah, just watching, keep rocking out to whatever you're listening to. Like, subscribe my channel, comment below, and that is my other chill out artist. I've got loads more to do, so cheers, keep rocking.